Yo, yo.
Yo, yo.
What's up?
Yo, Crime Spot. So where are we now?
Back again. We're in Massapequa Park. Quick ride, what, 10 minutes?
Not even.
Yeah.
It's like so close to Amityville.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But this neighborhood here definitely has a different feel to it. Houses
Right.
are a little bit newer, a
Yep.
little bit more, I don't know, not quite as upscale looking.
Not as upscale looking, but it is considered now and considered then a more of an upscale area, for sure.
And of course, this is the famous road where...
Yeah, we're on Whitewood Drive. Right behind this, you got Merrick Road. Merrick Road is huge for anyone who's unfamiliar. We were on Merrick Road for the last one, but it stretches miles and miles. It's one of the biggest roads.
And it's like a commercial strip.
Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest roads in all of New York, honestly. But we're out here on Whitewood Drive. We're heading to 159 Whitewood Drive, former house of Roy Demeo. And this is a house that the family had moved into, I believe, in 1978. Now, the actual property itself was built in 1970, most of the structure of the house. But when Roy had obtained it, when he bought it, you know, what you see today, the fancy marble stairs in front, all of the fancy fencing, all of the fancy light fixtures, that was all added by Demeo.
So Demeo actually did not build this house from scratch. He bought a pre-existing house.
Pre-existing house. So they did have another house prior to this in Massapequa, which was actually, I believe, built from scratch in 1966. But then by 78, they left the other house in another part of Massapequa, which is a couple miles from here, I think. It's on Park Place, close to the Massapequa Preserve, I believe. Yeah, but this one in particular, I mean, I know, listen, look, we're getting to see the neighborhood. Yeah. I know other people have came here, but, you know, you're getting to see a little bit of the neighborhood.
Now, one thing I'm noticing is that once we pass this little threshold here of Andrews Drive,
yeah,
the houses all of a sudden become a little nicer.
Oh, yeah. And these are all on the water, too.
These are all on the water?
Yeah, right behind. They got the waters there.
How are you, sir?
Hey.
Now, why did Roy move to this neighborhood?
Well, he didn't move here when he you know, got this house. He was already here dating back to 1966. Now, what's the idea behind that? Well, you already had a lot of mobsters out here. Carlo Gambino famously lived around here. I think on this stretch right here by the water, you had a notorious Zappi, another Gambino mobster.
So this was a known area.
Yeah, so, you know, him being, I guess, the type of person he is, at that time, just a gangster in training, I want to be, but he wanted to be amongst those types of people.
Interesting. He was a social climber.
Exactly.
That's kind of interesting insight into the guy, and there it is. There's the house.
No, actually, yeah, it is. I'm sorry.
Right here?
Yeah, but it wasn't until like 79 when he actually moved here that he was definitely among some of the more upper class elites in this house in 159 Whitewood Drive that we're looking at.
Wow.
Now, there's another reason why we're here also. If you guys see the condition of this property, I don't know what's going on here right now. You can see that a lot of it is in shambles, basically. So as I mentioned in the video, I mean, this is all added by Roy, all this granite and marble here, all this fancy steps, this cobblestone driveway. If you guys ever read the book For the Sins of My Father by Albert Demeo, rest in peace, Albert Demeo, he talks about this cobblestone driveway right here.
Let's go up to it.
It's a very interesting story. He talks about a lot in the process of remodeling this house. And you definitely get an insight into Roy's character that way. So apparently they had a guy that did the driveway. And when he was doing it, Roy was telling him, you know, you're basically screwing up, and there's going to be a dip in this. There's going to.
I can see it. Yeah.
Well, eventually that looks like it did, but I guess that's what was happening with the first one. So he wanted to get cobblestones. Now, according to Albert Demeo, they eventually reach out to one of his guys that was doing construction in the city. Apparently, while he's doing construction in the city, he rips up like half of a cobblestone fucking block from Manhattan, and transports the Manhattan cobblestone bricks, and they place them here. Now, that's from Albert Demeo. How true that is, that's a pretty wild story.
I can believe it. I mean, why not? I mean, it looks just like it.
Then you'd be talking about cobblestone bricks that were fabricated what, 150 years, 200 years ago, possibly, 1800s.
Yeah.
You know, Manhattan. You know, the cobblestone streets. So these here were put down, you know, by Roy. All of these.
By him himself, or he had a contract?
Well, the way Albert says it is that they ended up doing it themselves.
Really?
Yeah, because they fired the contract and they were like, we got to do it right. We got to do it ourselves. And he had got all this stuff shipped in. I mean, I'm sure they had help or whatever, you know, but.
And this house is looks completely abandoned.
That's another reason I wanted to come here, people. I want you to, you know, because I know other people have came here, like we said, but there's something going on here, and I'm thinking about going up there and knocking on the door.
I'm going up there.
Or ringing the bell. I think that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to see what's going on with these stickers up here.
And all this marble is what?
All this marble is falling off.
What does this say? Replace bulkhead. Demo permit application. So they're gonna demolish this place.
Really?
Yeah.
Permit shall be inside first floor. Replace bulkhead.
Demo permit.
So let's get a look, guys. Wow, we're on the stairs right here. Look at all this marble. Look at all this was all designed and laid out to Roy's specifications. All of this.
That's
would have
nice
been
marble.
This
Beautiful
would have been the
marble.
marble that the family stepped on every day. They were coming. This is it right here. And this is what me and Manny do, right?
Yo.
This is what we do.
No doubt.
Look at this.
Pretty decent landscaping. He had euonymus. He had some juniper. He had some a lot of euonymus. Tough stuff.
Yeah.
Could handle a lot.
Mm-hmm. So is that what it says, Manny? They're gonna demo?
It says demo permit application. What year though? I don't want to get into opening doors. Eastern Environmental 159 Klein Residence. 7/20/2021. So this has been since 2021 under a demo permit.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're gonna let this place go to hell and they're just gonna. But I don't know.
I would love to get in there. We're not even gonna try though.
You want to ring the bell?
Sure.
Yeah, let's see if they answer.
Wow, the bell actually works.
You heard a sound?
Yeah.
Cool.
So this would be where Roy would come out to his front step right here. And this is the view that Roy Demeo would see from his front yard.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone answers the door.
And of course, Roy Demeo made the rookie mistake of having someone plant a plant that got too big. So they always have to chop it back.
Yeah, and of course, this would have been the location in the backyard of the famous barbecue footage that you guys have seen.
Let's
be careful because it looks
yeah.
like we're gonna kill ourselves walking on this.
So
nobody answered the door.
Nobody answered the door. These fixtures, these light fixtures.
Yeah, they're original to Roy's era. You could see these in the barbecue in the barbecue video. You could see these.
Really?
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Yep. And this would be.
And this looks like it's falling apart.
This is all falling. I mean, look at this. This is all falling apart. All this, and this would be the backyard here.
So the backyard is completely scraped to oblivion.
Yep.
And that would be where the barbecues were held, right?
Yeah, this whole area.
And it's very similar to the inlet over at Ocean Avenue, the Amityville.
Yeah.
They're like built on this inlet here where they can have. Now you just gotta wonder.
This guy's at the window. He just saw us.
Somebody's at the window?
Yeah, we waved at him.
Oh. What window? Here?
He's just over there. Yeah, maybe he'll come out.
In the house?
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully he's not hostile.
Maybe he called the cops.
Well, let's get off the property,
All right.
just so he understands that we're not here to cause trouble.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? We sticking around, or
Well, I think we'll go.
winging it?
Yeah, I think we'll go, and we'll talk about, you know, that was a little, he seems like he didn't want to come out. He probably knew he rang the bell. So, we don't want to get in trouble with the Nassau, boys in blue out here.
No, definitely
We're
not.
law-abiding citizens, as if you didn't notice.
Well, we are, but believe me, I would have loved to have gotten into that house.
Yeah.
But interesting that someone was in there.
Yeah.
That's a little scary.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's a little scary.
So anyway, that was that.
That was that. I mean,
The Roy Demeo house. I actually wanted to stick around longer, but
yeah, that got
Good
a little,
thing.
that got a little hairy for a second. So, but hey guys, listen, this is what we were trying to do. We might get into precarious situations.
yeah, exactly. And the key is knowing when to split
Yeah.
when they do get hairy. So anyhow, but we got great footage of that.
Yeah, I mean, just quickly, that would have also been the house. I mean, of course, you guys have heard of the Cuban crisis, most of you, with Demeo, with Chris Rosenberg killing the Cubans. Then it ends up being that he uses Roy Demeo's name. He says his name is Chris Demeo. And Roy is extremely paranoid about this, and he thinks there's Cuban hitmen coming after him. So, in April of '79, this happens in March. In April of '79, there's a 18-year-old vacuum salesman outside of Roy's house, college student, paying for his college, who makes the mistake, doesn't make the mistake, Roy mistakes him for like some kind of Cuban hitman, and it's kind of a legendary story in mob lore. Roy chases him from that address that we were at there.
All the way up here to
All the way up here to almost by, almost like a 7-mile chase. I forget the name of the airport here. And he kills him at an intersection on Long Island.
Wouldn't that have been some shit though if he did it right in front of 112 Ocean Avenue?
Yeah. And you would have had a lot of, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, it's if you want to read more into that house and more into Roy's character, especially around that time, you should read Albert Demeo's book, For the Sins of My Father.
Yeah, I read that.
He really
book.
talks about the construction of that house, all the weird shit that was going on with Roy during that, all those little quirks and all the construction issues, and yeah, man.
Wow, so that was cool. I mean, I wanted to stay there longer, but you saw some dude in the window.
Yeah.
I didn't see him. I'm taking your word
No,
for
I
it,
can
of course.
guarantee you.
And when you said that, of course,
Yeah.
my balls went up into my...
Yeah, no, I wouldn't make that up. I wanted to hang out there.
No, I know you
we
didn't.
were
but I'm
definitely
just-
chilling on the porch. We were hanging out.
Yeah, we were chilling. And,
Yeah, so I guess he did see us ring the bell. Maybe he gets other people ringing the bell at time. I really don't know.
It's possible because it is a famous house and there are crazy people like us out there. But I think we got the great footage and I'm happy. Are you happy?
I'm happy, yeah.
All right, so listen, guys, thanks for hanging with us today on this eventful day out here in Long Island. Had a great time. I want to say thank you so much to my boy Crime Spot for inviting me out here.
That was fun, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Any other last words?
No, I hope you guys liked the video. I mean, I'm sure you guys enjoy it. Definitely seeing parts of this Long Island, parts of the neighborhoods surrounding, these particular houses. And it's pretty cool, man.
All right.
It's awesome.
We'll see you guys at the next one.